All right, we have 7 in-car cameras for your enjoyment tonight. In the back of the field, this is Kenny Brack, who's going to have to charge up. We'll keep an eye on Kenny Brack starting 21st here tonight. All right, let's move up in the field. This is Raul Boisel starting 20th.
Boisel did not have a real good qualifying effort, but they seem to think that maybe they're a little down on horsepower, but they're going to soldier on tonight.
Also, another in-car camera view for you tonight is this gentleman.
Buddy Lazier had a great warm-up, as Ron Hamilton alluded to, and they feel very confident. Of course, Buddy won the race 2 years ago, so he really likes this place.
Yeah, congratulations to Buddy. He's a new father, so it's got an exciting time for him. Also, one of the other in-car cameras we'll have for you tonight. Up front, Mark Dismore, 8th position.
Now, Dismore had a real good qualifying run at the last race we were at, but a disappointing 200 miles. But today, starting in 8th position, a little more accustomed to that, and he likes the high speed.
This is Sam Smith, my teammate for the upcoming Indianapolis 500. Sam did a great job of qualifying 4th, and he was happy after the warm-up, so look for a good race from him.
And the Pennzoil Panther, starting 3rd. We talked about the fact that there's a whole new attitude with this group. Scott Goodyear found it interesting that he said that he tries to adjust to nighttime racing and by sleeping in a little later.
And starting 2nd tonight, there he is, Scott Sharp. And we're prepared for the start of the Visionaire 500K. Jim Rice, the chairman and CEO of Visionaire Corporation, will lead us to the green flag. And the key here is making sure the tire temperatures go up.
Watch for Cheever to make a break quick. He was 2nd quickest in the last practice.
Watching now.
And a spin just before the green. That's Davey Hamilton right there, and he collected, it looks like Tice Carlson, so already we'll have a yellow out here and no green flag. So these laps that are going to be run under yellow are not going to count for the race.
All right, we were just talking about the temperatures of the tires. Obviously a key here early on, man.
Well, that's exactly right, and we heard a lot of guys warm up their tires, doing their burnouts, as we spoke about earlier. But, you know, some guys, these guys might not have done it, we don't know, but...
disappointment for Tice Carlson. He went to Phoenix with that new team, the Blueprint Imke Racing team, lost the weight as we talked about, and he came here really with the eye of the tiger. He felt that he could now race for a win, and it just didn't go his way. And you know, they call it the disappointment and the agony. You don't even take the green flag, especially when you had such high expectations as this young man from Indiana had.
He has been working so hard, and you can see that Davey Hamilton is staying in that number 25 car right now. And see some damage there. Let's go down to Calvin Fish. He's got an update for us, Calvin.
I'm with the team manager for Tice, Greg Beck. What happened there on the start?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I didn't really see what happened. I just saw Tice and Davey come down. They looked like they were hooked together. I really can't say.
These low ambient temperatures, low track temperatures are a concern for the drivers. Was anything mentioned in the driver's briefing?
Oh, absolutely. That was every other word. Cold tires, let's have a safe start. Again, I'm not exactly sure what happened. We've been careful all weekend. It's a shame it all ended right here.
Well, a lot of horsepower on tap, guys, and certainly caught out a couple of the drivers in the early going.
All right, some great hustle going on down there to get you the latest information. Here's Tice Carlson. Let's go and see if we can see exactly what happened here.
Now, first of all, watch right in this area, because that's where it's going to begin to unfold. The Petro Molly car of Robbie Unser comes around as he began to accelerate. He doesn't hit anything, but in a reaction, all of a sudden, hey, next thing we knew, Tice Carlson and the 25 car were spinning. Taking a look from another angle, now these are the two cars that are going to spin, accelerating. Davey Hamilton begins to accelerate. No relationship to the Robbie Unser incident, and collects Hamilton and Carlson.
It was Davey Hamilton who spun out, collected Tice Carlson, but a little bit of chain reaction down the field caused Robbie Unser to spin out as well. Kenny Brack just got by that.
Now let's go down to Vince Welsh, who's got another update on the incident. Vince?
Well, I talked to Robbie Unser right before the cars and the drivers were gridded tonight. He said, I've never run here before. I just want to be conservative. I want to bring it home in one piece and get points going to Indianapolis. He said, first and foremost, I want to stay out of trouble. Obviously, it didn't work out that way for Robbie Unser tonight, already in an accident before the green flag.
All right, thank you, Vince. Robbie Unser back underway. There's the damage to the Davey Hamilton car, the Visionaire 500K. We will have the start coming up from the Lowe's Motor Speedway. It's the Pep Boys Indy Racing League. Welcome back. The Visionaire 500K. We are waiting for the start of this race, and right now we've already had an accident. Let's go down to Calvin Fish. Calvin?
The number 25 car of Davey Hamilton is in the pits right now. The crew goes to work. They put some fuel in the car. Major concern with the rear bodywork. He's really torn a hole in the left side part, and it's really damaged the underwing. They believe they could tape up the side part. I think the underwing is more of a concern. Certainly it is dragging on the ground as he came into pit lane, and it's really going to take a lot of the downforce away, Ari, if he does get back on track.
Well, that's right, Calvin. I mean, if they start taping that stuff up, it's not going to stay there because of tape, because the downforce that these cars create is so much that a little bit of tape will not help there. So to me personally, I would park it because it's dangerous going out there like that, and that should be the wise thing to do. And Tyce Carlson's car is on the hook, and he's out of the race. He was really a victim of Davey Hamilton's spin out on cold tires there.
Tough for that 28-year-old who really had such high hopes here. His best finish was 11th in his first appearance, that being Tyce Carlson. Now let's go back. We talked about Robbie Unser beginning to accelerate. He'll be in the right-hand side of your screen in the silver and red car. Does a 360, but it's not related to what happens a little further up in this field to Davey Hamilton and Tyce Carlson. Now let's see if we can show you those two cars. They're right here. Watch carefully. Davey Hamilton will spin first. Begins to accelerate. Begins to accelerate and collects Tyce Carlson. Now let's ride on board at speed, and you'll get a feel, as we watch with Kenny Breck, exactly what it's like to begin to accelerate and have everything break loose in front of you.
That's Robbie Unser spinning in front of him there because they were way back in the field. Totally separate incident.
All right, let's go to Vince Welsh. Has an update on Mr. Unser.
Well, Unser indeed made the comment on his radio that someone had gotten squirrely in front of him, and that caused him to spin on the cold tires. But no damage to the car. In fact, just talked to the crew members. They're not even going to bring Robbie Unser into the pits. Tires are good. He's back in line and going to get in the field for the start.
Unser has added longtime expert Mr. King, John King, to that team, and we're looking at possibly going back green the next time around as the Aurora Oldsmobile pace car continues to lead the field around. There's Greg Ray, and you see the signal now from the Pep Boys Indy Racing League officials with the finger in the air, the number one. Next time around, we will go green. The start of the Visionaire 500K. This is the third event of the season. Scott Goodyear coming off the win at Phoenix, and now we're under the lights, and should be pretty exciting tonight.
You know, Dave, under caution, these are the first laps that Greg Ray has led in Pep Boys Indy Racing League competition in 1999, despite the fact that he's got 2 poles.
That is amazing. It's currently 22nd in the IRL points. Now on the backstretch, setting up for turn 3. We should mention we have a great crowd on hand. The weather has not been ideal the past couple of days, but everybody's out in force tonight to see the stars of the Pep Boys Indy Racing League as they prepare to go green. Let's enjoy it now as they fire up those machines coming out of turn 4. It's the start of the Visionaire 500K. Let's enjoy it.
Clean start this time. The guys have run several laps on the yellow have done a couple of burnouts, getting those rear tires. I was wrong when I said there was no green. There was a green flag, so now we're heading into lap 10 of the race.
10 laps complete now. Greg Ray stretching it out just a tad now.
On board with the Delphi machine of Scott Sharp, and we'll give you a look telemetry-wise what the drivers encounter as they go down into the corners. You want to talk about G-forces? Well, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, you can see the throttle. Ari, 200 miles an hour and 9,800 RPM. And that's a little low this early in the race when the rev limiter set at 10.3.
Well, the cool thing about racing at night is during the day, obviously, you don't have the dashboard lit up, but at night, they have a light in there, and the dashboard is lit up, and the drivers can see their lap time as they flash by the start-finish line every lap. But these guys are kind of getting into a rhythm now, and it won't take long before they get into the rhythm and go racing hard.
Watching now, Greg Ray in first place. Sharp is second. Goodyear now third, and Jeff Ford riding in fourth place. The Visionaire 500K, 312 miles. And that's the key right now, just settling in for the ride.
You know, it's a lot like a heavyweight fight. You want to go in, maybe spar a little bit, and that early yellow has probably changed things. Greg Ray is really increasing his lead over Scott Sharp. And, you know, they said that this might be the race. Right from Orlando, Greg Ray in his Goodyear's crew said the first couple of races we're going to play it easy, and then we're going to add the heat, add the whip, because the next race is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the 500. But right there is a heck of a battle going on for third place. The silver and red car is Jeff Ward. He's challenging the Pennzoil Panther car. The yellow one is Scott Goodyear.
Some excellent racing going on right now.
Well, look how close they run. You're riding out of the back of the Pennzoil Panther car, and he's being challenged for that position by Jeff Ward. Ward tries the outside.
Ward's getting a great run on him now, and this is the move right here. He's going to go around the outside and hope it sticks. And it sticks.
So far. Oh, man, do they
trying to make the move now, see if he can finish him off. And what a story Jeff Ward has been.
And what could happen here is, but it's not going to happen. Scott Goodyear could stay right next to him, and they could drive around like that for 4 or 5 laps. Scott Goodyear, sorry.
Now we'll watch our leader, the race leader, closing in on traffic as he comes out of turn 2. The leader, Greg Ray.
The traffic directly in front of him is the Scott Harrington machine, Infinity Power. And let's check in with Calvin Fish real quick.
The Barnhart Gallus team have brought the number 25 machine back to the garage area to effect repairs. Davey Hamilton is out of the car. Davey, what happened when you went to the gas?
I just lost it. You know, I mean, it's very cold out there. And, you know, during the warm-up laps, I spun the tires. I thought I had plenty of heat in them. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of laps this weekend, and it just caught me out, and I made a mistake.
It's going to be a concern as we actually get some caution periods and go back to green throughout the event. It's only going to get colder tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some stuff on after the yellow flags when guys put new tires on if they don't have a chance to warm them up. Like I said, we had a fair amount of heat in them and still got away from me, so just one of those mistakes.
Tough break for Davey Hamilton.
All right, and back on the track, the leader continues to be Greg Ray, racing middle of the pack. Another battle we're watching, Buddy Lazier.
On board with Mark Dismore, the MCI World Cup car being shown back in the 7th position. Now here's where things are starting to get a little dicey, Dave, because a driver like Dismore is battling the car just a bit.
Buddy Lazier is one of those guys right now that also moves up quite a bit, but Dismore, I just can't get a grip on right now how his car is feeling. Looking at his hands, Buddy Lazier has moved up quite a bit. He's closing in right now on Sam Smith.
Buddy Lazier started in 14th position, climbing into the top 10 early on. Lazier in 6th place now, 91 the car number.
Look at his hands move. Look at his hands just go when he goes over those bumps. His hands are all over the place. His car looks like a handful, but he's really he's got a good car right now.
Hey, in the meantime, there is a real battle going up for 2nd position. Greg Ray, right there in your yellow car, continues to lead. He has a sizable advantage, but behind him in 2nd position is Jeff Ward in the Mitch Davis tuned Pagan racing car. As we continue to watch people dicing and slicing, as we say, Goodyear is fading backwards. Billy Boat just pulled in front of Goodyear to take over that 6th spot.